Department of Football.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Gridiron Command here on the Department of Football channel. To my right, your left, as always, with me, BroncoRob. He's a little under the weather today, so be sure to kind of give him some slack on how he sounds and whatnot, and if he's not as crazy as he usually is. I'm also going to sit down today for this one, and we have a lot to get into. But, Rob, other than just how you're feeling, how are you feeling about the games that we're going to be going over today and some of the news that's come out, especially today about the Pro Bowl?
Yeah. Hey, there's a lot of news that we definitely have to get into. And again, I apologize. I am under the weather. But that's not going to stop the train around here. The bus, the show must go on, and we're going to get into it and do the best we can. So if you see me muting my microphone a lot, it's probably because I'm coughing up a lot, but we're going to get to it.
All right. So, first things first, what we're going to get into, like always, is just some of the biggest news. Like, as per usual, we're going to get into the Situation Room. So, to start off the Situation Room, I'm going to call an audible, and that is because we just found out today, as of August 26th, 2026, there is no longer a game or events tied to the Pro Bowl, which, in my opinion, is just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, the Pro Bowl has been a staple of this organization since, 1951, Rob? Like 75 years?
Yeah, 1951.
So, and here's the thing is that as soon as they took away the Pro Bowl from being the Pro Bowl, that's where they really started to go downhill, right? I mean, I was talking to my father-in-law earlier about it this week, and he was like, I missed the games. I missed, when you'd see like the quarterback shootout, right, where they'd go out and they'd try to hit the targets with the ball and stuff like that. He said, I enjoyed that. The game was just another football game, but I think it's kind of a big deal that is getting dropped from the NFL, because now the format that they have it just doesn't seem like it matters anymore. But how do you feel about it, Rob?
It's tough to see something that's been around for 75 years go. But I mean, let's face it, like the Pro Bowl game isn't the same Pro Bowl game as when I was a kid, when you were a kid, when they actually played football. You kind of saw the level of intensity and the level of play kind of fade off, and it turned into like a two-hand touch. Now it's a flag football game. Now they've changed the games around to make it more entertaining and more entertainment value and things like that. But it is a little concerning, I would say, to see something like that go to the wayside. I mean, if they were still playing the Pro Bowl like when I was a kid, where it was the best on best, and they were trying to see who was, the better conference, I could see it sticking around. But the way that it's kind of dwindled and players are like, I don't really want to go out there and play. I don't want to risk getting injured. I want to prolong my career. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to money, right?
I mean, yeah, I think it comes down to money. I think it comes down to viewership. And like I said, in 2022, when they really got away from it being an actual game and then went to two-hand touch and then flag football, the viewership for the fans just tanked because, again, it didn't have that hook that it used to have, where it was like, these are the best competitors in the league on each conference. Who is better? And now it's just, hey, we're going to get these guys together. They've got some impressive stats, and you're going to see them play a game that you played in elementary school. No one cared, right? We're here to see big hits and guys going out and trying to get after it. And, yeah, you could say, oh, well, it's, to limit injuries. It's to limit, someone getting a career-ending injury. Every single week, these guys play a game where they can have a career-ending injury. It doesn't change, right? The only thing that you could say that it changes is the fact that, oh, well, it's close to the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl, the guys that are on those Super Bowl teams have, the possibility of getting hurt right before, the championship. Fine. I can somewhat agree with you on that. But at the same time, it's just ridiculous. And that's why I think fan viewership dropped. So the new format, if you aren't aware, is this. So there's no more games, no or events. The traditional AFC NFC matchup game, all of that canceled, nixed, bye-bye. Strict 88 player limit. Exactly 88 players will earn the honor. No replacement alternates will be added when players drop out. So you get this honor and you're on it. There is no, oh, hey, we want to invite you to the Pro Bowl. No, I'm good. Okay, who's the next guy on deck? There's no more of that. You get honored, you're in the Pro Bowl. They have a Super Bowl week celebration where honored players will gather for an in-person celebration in Los Angeles during Super Bowl week. I don't understand how that's going to draw any attention. I don't know what they mean by celebration. Like, are they just gonna have a party or a gala, fancy dinner? I don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't foresee it being anything that a fan is gonna want to watch. Right? We don't want to sit here and watch you guys eat and be like, I had a really good catch this season. Yeah. And then the last thing is the voting remains the same. Selection continues to rely on an equal weighted vote split among fans, players, and coaches. So that's, if you weren't tracking, that's what it is now. And again, I just think it's ridiculous. I think it's ultimately ridiculous. If you're not going to have a Pro Bowl game, events, or anything, just cancel the Pro Bowl. Just be like, all right, no more Pro Bowls. Just get rid of it. Speaking of Pro Bowls, going into our next segment is probably one of the biggest stories that kind of came out of the fallout of this week's games, and that is the Browns named Deshaun Watson QB1 for the start of the 2026 season. Now, a lot of fans and a lot of players really anticipated that Shador was going to be QB1 with Watson backing him up. Watson, who hasn't played in 2 years, has had a lot of off-field issues, is now come back. And this weekend, during the game against the Bills, Sanders outperformed Watson by a long shot. I'm not saying that Sanders played an immaculate game, but as far as who played better, it was very clear. So during the game, Sanders went 9 for 11, 74 yards, 1 touchdown, and one interception, and 1 sack. He had a QBR rating of 87.1. Again, it's a preseason game. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Versus Watson, who went 5 for 12, 36 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, and a QBR rating of 14.6. Sanders is not perfect, but this game should have probably secured him the QB1 slot, in my opinion. Now, again, if I'm a Browns fan, which I'm not, thank God, I would be livid, okay? But for those of you that keep crying on the internet about he's a Pro Bowler, yes, he got into the Pro Bowl. Number one, if you hadn't forgot, he was a replacement when somebody dropped out. He did not play enough last season to actually earn a slot in the Pro Bowl. He was a replacement. He has not gone out and absolutely dominated this league or dominated any games that he's played in. He's had a few good plays. He's had a few good touchdowns, but he has not at all dominated or shown that he can actually play in this league. Is he growing? Yes. I will not disagree with you there. But stop going, he's a Pro Bowler in his rookie season and you sit him? Yes, because he didn't earn the Pro Bowl slot. He was a replacement. Rob, I mean, am I spitting facts or am I talking crazy?
No, I mean, you're definitely spitting facts. The stats alone show that Deshaun Watson is trash. He's a trash human being. He's a trash football player. Like, I make no apologies for that. But again, yes, Sanders.
Shador Sanders.
Shador Sanders, thank you. he did great at Colorado. He's coming up in the league. He's still learning. He's still growing. He's going to make mistakes. He's not going to be perfect. But you know what? You have a better shot at winning the game with Shedeur Sanders at QB1 than you do Deshaun Watson. I think this plays out for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then they wind up benching Deshaun and starting Shedeur Sanders the rest of the season. But I did read somewhere, and I don't remember where, there's a stipulation in Deshaun's contract that if he's on the roster by a certain date, he gets $200 million guaranteed. But if they cut him before that date, then they only have to eat $86 million, and then they split it between this season and next season. And if anybody's been paying attention, Denver showed you guys how to do it. Just cut ties and run. And in my opinion, that's what the Browns organization needs to do. They need to just cut him because his performance sucks and he's a trash human being, and walk away. Eat the dead cap and walk away. And his press conference was really lackluster to even bring that up. Like I don't regret anything in life.
I think it was outright disrespectful. I think it was disrespectful to the fan base. I think it was disrespectful to the coaching staff. I think it was disrespectful to the owners. Deshaun Watson does not care. And he went out there and cried about, when you get booed after you got injured. Yeah. Or they said they cheered when he got injured. Yes. You were a non-performer. You didn't perform when that happened. You made more problems than you actually played good football. It was the same thing with Johnny Manziel. He caused more problems than he played good football, and that's why he is no longer in the NFL. The only reason you're still in it is because somebody in the Browns organization decided to pay you way too much money for you to sit on the sidelines for the last 2 years. If they had to pay you that money, you wouldn't be in that quarterback. You wouldn't be. It's ridiculous to think that he would be.
I think Deshaun Watson has something on somebody in the Browns organization, like front office. I think he's got blackmail. That's got to be what it is, because someone in the front office was the one that took him to the massage parlor. Speaking of which, the 49ers owner, son of the 49ers owner, got caught in around Cincinnati, also at a not too great place. So that was another story that broke this weekend. I'm not going to go too much into detail on that one, but that was also crazy. But hey, NFL players, stay the hell out of massage parlors.
Stay out of them. And again, just to go back to the Shedeur Sanders. Again, I agree he should be the QB1. Stop, for the love of God, stop using his Pro Bowl entry. Rob, do you remember who he replaced? Because I just looked it up and I was like, I know he replaced somebody. Who did he replace? Do you know who he replaced?
Did he replace Sam Darnold?
Nope. Close.
Who was it?
Very close.
Drew Lock?
Nope. Other side of the ball. Other side of the ball. Other team in the same Super Bowl game.
Oh, Drake May.
Drake May dropped out. That's why Shedeur got into the Pro Bowl. Didn't earn it. He was a replacement, and he was a replacement because of his name and because of the drama that involved him last season. Again, if you want to make the argument that he outplayed Watson, I will back you 100% of the way. We want to bring up the fact that Pro Bowl, shut up, get out. It didn't matter. It should have counted. Get out. All right. I need to drop my blood pressure a little bit. And my pulse, my heart rate is up right now because I just think it's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, let me take over for a minute because we're going to move on to our next segment, and we're going to talk a little football fashion for you guys right now. So last year and this year, NFL teams have designed and dropped a new jersey style called the rivalry jerseys. So the teams that got a rivalry jersey created this year are the Colts, the Titans, the Texans, the Jags, the Vikings, the Lions, the Bears, and the Packers. So we're going to kind of pull them up at each one at a time. And, we're going to kind of take a look at them, discuss them for a minute. And then myself and Grunt are going to give basically a smash or pass on the look. So the first team up is the Indianapolis Colts. So they're going with kind of not a dark blue, but like a navy blue helmet with the white horseshoe, gray jersey. Looks like they got a white outline around the numbers. Not terrible. I like the helmet more than I like the jersey, if I'm being honest. For the Colts, I'd give them a smash. I mean, it's different. I mean, their other jerseys are white or blue. Like, it's something different. What about you, Grunt? What do you think?
I mean, I think that as far as all the ones that came out this week, I think this is probably one of the lackluster ones. It doesn't look bad. I like the color scheme, but I also just like dark colors. So I kind of appreciate it. But I mean, as far as what we're gonna see go moving forward, I could pass on this uniform. I could pass on it.
All right. We're gonna pull up the next one. Is gonna be the Tennessee Titans. So again, baby blue helmet kind of reminds me of North Carolina. The one thing that I did notice on these jerseys is on the front it says Music City. So that's a tribute to the state
baby.
that they're Nashville, Tennessee.
No, it's just in Nashville. It's not the Tennessee. It's just in Nashville. So that's the cool thing that's about these jerseys that I really like. So as Music City, which Nashville is known for, Grand Ole Opry, stuff like that, super cool. And you can't really see it very good in this photo, but the racing stripe on the center line of the helmet is actually guitar strings. So I actually like that. I thought that was a really, really good idea and a great tribute to the city of Nashville. I think the colors are popping. Someone cooked with this one. I'm smashing this uniform, me personally. I think it's awesome.
I will echo that sentiment. I will smash on this jersey as well. I like the helmet. The helmet's pretty dope. Having a baby blue helmet with their new logo, pretty sweet. Next up, we're going to talk about the Houston Texans. And Grunt, I'm going to let you take it for a second.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Houston, not bad, not terrible. I mean, definitely giving tribute to their old colors, right? When they were still the Oilers before they moved to Tennessee. Tennessee became the Titans. So I mean, definitely had the same color scheme. I think the best part of this one, in my opinion, though, is definitely the helmet because of the style, the font style of the H. I think that looks really super dope. So 1 out of 10, I'd give it like a 6 overall, and that's mostly just because of the helmet is bringing it up. I'll pass. This is another one that I'll probably pass on. I pass on this one. It's not great, not terrible.
Yeah, I agree with you. The H is kind of cool, but the part of the helmet where it's supposed to be horns doesn't really look like horns. I don't know what they were going for with that. But yeah, I would pass on this one as well. The next one up we're going to talk about is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I got to be honest, the Jaguars, in my opinion, and I know what Grunt's gonna gripe about, but I think they cooked on this one. The teal helmet with the Jaguar, where it's kind of like a monochrome looking design, and the numbers, the jersey and the helmet combo, in my opinion, reminds me of like the old school Jaguars back from when I was a kid. I think they cooked on this one. This one's definitely a smash for me.
Top up, great. Love it. Love everything about it, right? Top up, jersey up, great. It's the pants, dude. It's the leopard spotted pants that I just can't get behind it, dude. That just looks like something that somebody pulled out of their grandmother who like lived in the 70s, right? And it was all leopard and cheetah, spotted colors. It's all I see when I see the pants. Top up looks great. I love the design of the font. I love the numbering. I love the stenciling. I love the outlines. it looks great up top. The spotted pants are getting me, dude. It's getting me. It takes it from a 10 to a 5. It's a pass for me. It's a pass.
It's a pass. All right. Moving on, we're gonna check out the Vikings. What the Vikings got cooking? Ooh wee! The Vikings are cooking with this combination. I think you got the Celtic lettering. You've got the Celtic band, Nordic band. Nordic. You've got the Nordic font there on the helmet, there on the bumper on the front of the helmet. I like this one, dude. It's all purple. Well, we don't know what the pants look like, but I'm guessing
either
purple.
way. The Vikings. So whoever designed this absolutely cooked. Love the design. I love the Nordic stenciling that's on the sleeve. I love the font that they chose for it. The only thing I just don't like about it, and it might just be because every time I see them, they don't look like horns to me. They look like wings, and that's on the helmet. The horns, they just don't look like horns to me. They look like wings. But I think this is an absolute smash of a uniform. I think they did a fantastic job with this.
Absolutely. Next, moving on, we're going to take a look at the Lions. So Detroit kind of cooking with this jersey combination. They got the black numbers with the blue outline. You got Detroit across the front. You got black and blue stripes on the shoulders. You got the blue helmet with the black racing stripes down the middle and the black lion logo. I dig it. Smash for me 100%.
No, 100%. You can't really see the stenciling on the letters, but it's like sheet metal, like that sheet metal that you see on vehicles and stuff like that.
It looks
looking. It's so good. Like they absolutely were like, hey, our roots being, Motor City, let's get it. They absolutely crushed on this one. I mean, the dude looks like he's just the human form of a race car. I mean, is it going to get him to the Super Bowl? Probably not, but they're going to look good.
Hey, look good. Dan Campbell doesn't punt or kick the ball.
They vroom vroom.
Fourth and goal. All sent.
All brakes, no gas.
The next one, we got two pictures to go over this one because, well, we're going to make fun of a particular person. But we're going to pull up this first one just to kind of get a look at the jerseys, and that's the Chicago Bears. They're rocking the blue jersey, the dark blue jersey with the all orange numbers. Kind of reminds me of the old school Bears jerseys. The bright orange pants, the bright orange helmet with the blue C on the side. Not terrible. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. But for me, I'm gonna pass on it. And
I mean, I think that I definitely think that it's good. Like I said, I agree with you. It definitely does look more like a throwback uniform than a Rivals uniform. Monsters of the Midway on the elastic. It's not a terrible one. It does just kind of give that old school football vibe. I like it. It's just someone thought they cooked. Someone decided to go to Twitter once the announcement had been made and thought they cooked. And ladies and gentlemen, Rob, if you would please, Caleb Williams.
What in the hell is going on here?
What are you thinking? Listen, dog, I understand. You were obviously feeling yourself. If you thought this cooked, you burned it to a crisp. I feel uncomfortable.
Bro, he looks like he's posing for a magazine that we can't mention here on the show because it's YouTube. But y'all know what we're talking about.
You can 100%. Yeah, this is.
No, there's a different one.
Sure.
Anyway.
I get you were feeling yourself and you were like, I know what went through this man's head. He said, I just got the nails done. Got a new uniform. Daddy's feeling good. And then he got the picture taken.
Then there's another one. There's another one of him with the helmet on, and he's doing his little, chilly. But again, he looks like he's posing for a damn fashion magazine. Bro, be a football player or be a model. You can't freaking do both.
Caleb, you better set every single record this season after you posted this. You better come out. You better have 65 touchdowns, 6,500 yards, and no interceptions after posting this photo. Okay? That is the only redemption that you're going to get. Only redemption.
All right. Last one we're going to get to.
Going on to the other side, and their actual rivals, who they will be wearing these jerseys against, is Green Bay, who low-key cooked. It doesn't have the right lettering. Do you have the other one with the other lettering on it?
No, that's the only one that I had.
Oh crap! So there's another one that I saw. The lettering was different. I don't know if this is the actual. I think it has the same design and whatnot as far as like the coloring and everything, but the lettering on the actual rivals ones actually looks kind of cool. It's not just like your standard. They definitely kind of went outside the box on the font for the numbers and whatnot. So I like the Packers. I do like the Packers rivalry. I would give it. I'd probably give it a smash, especially like once you see the actual. If we can pull it up.
I'm working on it. Yeah.
It's okay.
Crap. All right. Anyway, it's still very similar. It's just the lettering is just a little bit different.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it, but I think, those are all the jerseys that are coming through for these for the rivalry jerseys this year. So right before we start getting into these games, Rob, how about you start us off with our quick hits just before we get in?
So the first quick hit we're going to talk about actually comes out of the Denver Broncos camp. Hakeem Butler got waived. They waived Hakeem Butler before they even played their last preseason game. They signed outside linebacker Rob Stone, who I've never heard of him, but they felt it necessary to sign Rob Stone and waive Hakeem Butler, which is kind of disappointing because Hakeem Butler did so well in the UFL,
mm-hmm.
and he had such decent stats. He's a big receiver, but the handful of times that he got thrown the ball, he couldn't catch the damn ball. Like, you're not going to make a roster not being able to catch the ball and being that freaking big. So unfortunately, that's a little disappointing. But we wish him the best of luck. And you better not go sign with the Chiefs or the Raiders. Go sign with the Chargers. They need help.
Apparently, some analysts are saying that the again, I don't know. And again, maybe I'm a little biased because I'm a Broncos fan, right? We're Broncos fans. I'm a little biased. We always get put in number 3, right? Even after we make the playoffs twice in a row, even though we've done really well these last couple of years, every year the season starts, it's Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders. Or it's Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos. And it's like, people just don't.
Disrespect.
They just hate us. Like, what more do we have to do?
They hate us because they ain't us.
Maybe that's what it is. Speaking of the Raiders, for those of you that maybe did a fantasy draft over the past weekend, and you got that first round pick, and you were like, who should I take? Jameer Gibbs is gone. CMC is with the 49ers. Who should I'm going Ashton Jency. I'm gonna grab Ashton Jency for my first round draft pick. got a high ankle sprain this week. And I'm not, listen, in my opinion, this doesn't raise a lot of alarm bells. We're not in the season yet. It doesn't look like it's a season-ending injury. Is it a high ankle sprain? Yes. Is it probably going to take him out a game or two? At worst, maybe. But I think that got blown out of proportion way too quick. I think that he's going to be fine. He'll be back on the field. They're probably going to just, hey, next couple of games you're not going to play. We're going to rest you up. We're going to rehab you. We're going to make sure that you're good for the season. I mean, I'm sure you saw it too, Rob, where people were just freaking out about it. I went into one of the fantasy leagues that you and I are in just for funsies, and I was like, who has him? Who has him? And I was just laughing. But, I mean, what do you think? I think he's going to be fine.
I mean, I don't know. I've read conflicting information that a high ankle sprain is worse than an actual lower ankle sprain, especially at the running back position. But again, it's Ashton Genty. Like, as much as I dislike him because he's on the Raiders, he's still a decent running back. The guy's a machine, like he stands back there with his Michael Myers, just stand there and then runs and gets the ball and whatnot. But I think he'll be fine. It's the Raiders, so, of course they're probably going to play him anyway and play through it or something. I don't know. Our next quick hit is we're going to be talking about the 49ers. They had 23 players. Yes, you heard that correctly. 23 players that did not participate on Tuesday. And the injuries are yesterday. And the injuries are piling up this season, and the season hasn't even started yet. Good news is, though, is Kittle has been activated off the PUP list, so he is out on the field and getting some work in. So there's a glimmer of hope, a very small glimmer, but still a glimmer of hope for the 49ers. 23 players, Grunt. Like, that's astronomical. That's like the whole offense and defense.
That is, you're right. It's astronomical. The fact that, again, the season hasn't even started yet, and we already have all these players that are injured. I don't know who on that team pissed off God, but you better start asking for forgiveness. Someone said, all my homies, and God was like, man, right there, they all done. I don't know what y'all did to piss off God, but you better start asking for forgiveness because that's ridiculous. I mean, you're not practicing. You're just throwing whoever is available out for a preseason game at this point. Week 1 is going to be very interesting. Like, that's probably a game I'm definitely going to watch just to see who they field for the season opener. Like,
the 49ers are going to have open tryouts like the Philadelphia Eagles did back in the day when they needed players.
Hey, I don't know who's going to go because they're all just going to show up and get injured at the door. Probably. There's going to be some dude sitting there with a pipe just busting their ankles.
All right, we're going to get into these games. We're sitting at 34 minutes. Appreciate everybody that has popped in the stream. And let me just kind of cue this up here. Are you going to do this first one, Grunny? You want me to?
Yeah, I'll do this first one. I'm down with it. All right, so we have Houston versus the Raiders. And speaking of the Raiders, Fernando Mendoza's development, O-line protection, the roster battles. So CJ's first preseason action ramped up on the actually revamped O-line roster depth and life without wide receiver Jaden Higgins. Biggest takeaway was Houston led 20-3 at halftime, but Las Vegas scored 19 points unanswered. Aiden O'Connell led a 96-yard game-winning drive and scored on a 1-yard sneak with 14 seconds left. And, again, I felt like this week there were a lot of teams that just you would think would have performed and didn't. Packers fans, Yeah, I got it. You absolutely smoked the Broncos. It's not a big deal. It's preseason. But no, I think that's for sure. That's 19 unanswered points coming back and then losing the game to the Raiders in preseason. It isn't a tell-all story, but it's an absolute. They're definitely going to be learning from this, especially with Houston's defense. Houston has one of the best defenses in the league. They're right up there with us. I don't foresee this. Like, they're second string for a reason. What went right was O'Connell went 15 for 24, 166 yards, and the touchdown, the QB sneak touchdown, the 1 yard. And the Raiders outgained Houston 400 to 219 as far as yards. And then Stroud, again, this is a make or break season for him. 4 for 6, 27 yards. Not cutting it, CJ. It's not cutting it, dude. Like, you're just asking them to go draft the quarterback and replace you and put you on the trading block. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. And CJ Stroud better figure it out quick, because otherwise he's going to be looking for a job.
You expect more from CJ at this point. I get he had some injuries last season. I get that he kind of has been a shell of his rookie self, but he's got to figure something out. He's got to. And for what went wrong, at least for the Raiders, is Mendoza went 8 for 15, 86 yards. Not terrible stats. However, he did throw a pick six to Wade Woodaz.
Which you're seeing right on the screen. Talk about good timing.
I mean, it happens. Pick six happen all the time. We love to see it. Rookie. Brand new. It's what you expect. Pass protection probably still needs to have a little bit of help there. As you saw, he was definitely under pressure as he made that throw. Everything just lined up.
The linebacker was in front of the receiver the whole time. Like, I like how Kirk Cousins looked up like, I wouldn't have thrown that. Yes, you would have.
Yeah. All right. See, I mean, there's more pass protection just crumpling. So, again, I think that with that, Houston still ended up blowing. Even with that, Houston blew a 17-point lead after the half. The standouts are O'Connell, Woodaz, and Woody Marks. Woody Marks, very good running back, really developing, going to be an absolute standout player behind David Montgomery. Remember, Houston did grab David Montgomery, and we have not yet, to my knowledge, really seen him play yet. And when he played for Detroit, behind Jahmyr Gibbs, those two balled out. If he's in this system and knows the system, he's going to be a problem this season for whoever the Houston goes up against. As far as the injuries and concerns, Jade Higgins tore his ACL. He's out for the season. The Raiders' O-line is Raiders going to Raider. Raiders going to Raider. Not much more I can say about that. Rob, you got anything else on this?
Well, the one thing that I want to say is Houston blowing a 17-point lead is like somebody closing every tab on their browser except for the one that's actually playing the music. Like, how do you blow a 17-point lead at half and lose to the Raiders? The Raiders are like the Browns of the AFC West. Like, we don't ever expect them to do anything good. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from the Raider fans on Twitter, and I have friends that are Raider fans. But, let's face it. Like, I almost feel like Aiden O'Connell should start. Like,
well, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. All right. Pump the brakes on that. All right. Mendoza's still the future. All right. O'Connell did really good. Okay. No doubt about it. Calm down. I do think Mendoza will develop and he will learn. He's a new head coach with the Raiders, and so they're building a new team, right? Kirko ain't gonna be there. Kirk ain't gonna be there too much longer. Okay,
Kirko Chains.
Kirko Chains ain't gonna be there. I don't know if he's gonna make the season, but Mendoza is the future. Now, as far as his development and everything, absolutely. If he doesn't take over, O'Connell's probably going to fill the gap while he continues his development for this season. So, moving forward, I think the Raiders showed resilience, but Mendoza and the line need work. As always, we've already been talking about it. There's no depth for Houston. I think that's in a lot of issue. I think that's a big issue for Houston. And we saw that especially as well last year when we actually played them, when Stroud got knocked out, was taken out of the game. We ended up winning. It was a crazy win. It was a crazy score. I think that was what, 18-15?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I said like a weird score when we were talking about it, and you were like, do you understand what has to happen to achieve that score? And I was like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And then it happened, and you guys were, and you were like, how did you know? I was like, I don't know.
You better go play the lottery.
I just said numbers, and I was like 1 or 2 points off. But no, I think that's I think that it just shows that Houston, if their starters get hurt or their starters do not finish the game, it's going to be bad news for Houston, especially if CJ goes down. Because again, I think Houston will be down with CJ. Rob, any final thoughts for this one?
No. I mean, it's preseason. You know, the competition for the regular season is going to increase when you have all the starters in there on offense, all the starters in there on defense. And by week 5 or 6, you're going to kind of start to see what teams are for real and what teams still have a lot of crap that they're going to have to build on and work through. And I think the Raiders are going to be one of those teams that's going to have a lot of crap that they're going to have to build through.
All right. Moving on. If you want to go ahead and cue up the next game, we have the Jets.
Well, I don't think we can.
Uh-oh.
I think our stream just got taken down.
Yep, I did. Yep.
Well, I guess we're just going to talk about the next few games. Next,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. That's not good.
Well, the next game that we were going to talk about is the Jets and Steelers game. You know, the Jets beat the Steelers 17-0. Geno Smith's return, it is what it is. Geno Smith back with the New York Jets. First team offense, Cade Klubnik, and the kicking battle, backfield without Breece Hall. Breece Hall did not play that game. But, the Steelers, Will Howard and Drew Allaire getting extended work with Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph sitting. So there were the quarterback situations for that game. Biggest takeaway from that game was Geno Smith needed one drive, and he was 7 for 7 for 65 yards and a touchdown. The Jets defense followed with 2 interceptions for the first time in a year. Last season, the Jets finished with 0 interceptions, and they had 4 sacks and a shutout. So for the Jets to get 2 interceptions in one game is kind of a miracle, especially after last year with them finishing the season with no interceptions through 17 games. But again, Geno Smith was perfect. He played a pretty good game. Andre Sisco and Samuel Womack intercepted Howard from the Steelers. And Nate Lynn had 2 sacks as well. Now, what went wrong? Well, Howard was only 10 for 15, 74 yards, and 2 interceptions. Allaire was 11 for 23 and 110 yards. Pittsburgh reached the red zone twice and scored 0 points. Jets rushed for only 62 yards on 24 carries. So, in my opinion, that kind of tells you how much Breece Hall is important to that offense. And I believe they didn't have the wide receiver. Who's that wide receiver that everybody's trying to get out of New York? What's his name, Grunt?
Out of New York?
Yeah, the wide receiver for the Jets.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. Thank you. Garrett Wilson wasn't playing. So, again, the Jets basically have Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. That's their offense. Like, get the ball to one of those two and hope that the rest of the players, just kind of fall in line.
We're back on YouTube. So that's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out what the. Okay, so we got to work on the videos. I guess I don't know what happened, but I guess somebody in the NFL was like, "What are these guys doing? What are they doing?" Using clips. I don't know.
We got the button. They hit the button.
Yeah. Somebody. Yeah, we got punched. So, anyways. Yeah, here's the thing: it's really crazy. The first thing that pops out at me about this game is the Jets 17 and the Steelers 0. Just the score itself is baffling to me. That's probably the only shutout the Jets are going to see, and for a very long time. I think that Gino's going to do what he can. He's beat up. He's trying to finish it out. And if he keeps the way that he's doing, he's going to do really well. But again, we're talking about second strings. We're talking about backups. I expect 7 for 7 for 65. I expect that. I expect that from a very seasoned quarterback.
We got Mrs. Gridiron Grunt saying Jets are still salty that we stole the sauce.
I mean, again, that's another big takeaway, right? Sauce Gardner not on. But I mean, apparently they don't need Sauce because the Steelers didn't score a single point against the Jets secondary. So again, I think that it's absolutely baffling to me that they had 17. It's still just messing with me. 4 sacks and a shutout. Good job, Jets.
It's the preseason. It's the preseason. And the sad part is Pittsburgh had more time of possession and still scored 0 points. That's like having the kitchen to yourself for a whole hour and still forgetting to cook dinner. Like, how?
I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing they're going to say about, the Jets rushed for only 62 yards on 24 carries. 24 carries, you should at least, if you're doing split back or not, if you're just trying to have one guy, you're at least looking for 24 carries, for 23 attempts, to have at least anywhere between 85 and 100 yards. Unless you're just going up against a very, very strong defense, secondaries. The Jets have traditionally put all their eggs in one basket with Breece Hall, with him being out. Unfortunately, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have guys that really haven't gotten the development in live situations, getting the ball. So now they have to really try to do better, and this is their development time. Because I believe the backup for Breece Hall, God, I can see his face. I just can't think of his name. But you would think that he'd be able to, go and do better. But again, he hasn't seen a lot of field time.
Braylon Allen, Davis.
Braylon Allen, that's what it's all about. Because Braylon Allen is a fairly good running back. The problem is that he hasn't had a lot of time on the field because Breece Hall is their guy. That's who they're going to give the ball to on the ground. So there's a lot of development that still needs to happen. With Pittsburgh, it was their third string. It was their third string on offense. It was their second string, more likely third string on defense. For them, this was a rest week. Next, you're just, hey, just go out there and have fun. It's the Jets. Oh, they blew us out. we're gonna end up we're gonna end up with our 9-8 season. We'll be okay. So
well, and Brees Hall sat out with a groin injury, and then Pittsburgh, was without DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman Jr. They're not going to play. So I mean, again, it's the preseason, and like we say, you got to take the preseason with a grain of salt. And I think one overreaction is, Geno Smith fixed the Jets. Like, all right, just hold on a second. Just relax. It's Geno Smith. He's just getting warmed up. He'll be throwing interceptions before you know it. Everybody calm down. The Jets are going to be the Jets, and their coach is probably going to get fired mid-season. So, quick before we – go ahead.
Or it's all going to come together. We don't know.
Before we get into the next game, I want to give a shout-out. We're sitting at 51 minutes, so we're running a wee little bit behind. But we're going to give a shout-out to Dubby Jitterless Energy, sponsor of today's video and all of our videos. Go ahead and go on over to w.gg and use code DOF88 for 10% off your order. That lets them know that the Department of Football sent you. And why drink W, you ask? I'll tell you why. Because it's clean energy, sharp focus, no crash, smooth energy with no jitters or crash. There's 150 milligrams per serving. Supports focus with coffee, fruit extract, and nootropics. Includes vitamins and amino acids. Zero sugar, zero maltodextrin, zero fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Approximately $1 per drink, and you get about 30 servings per dub. So again, head on over to w.gg and use code DOF88 for 10% off your orders. And real quick, in case anything ever happens with our stream on YouTube, you can visit us over on our other social media platforms: Kick, Twitch, X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Spotify. I did fix the graphic. So again, all of our social medias are the Department of Football, with the exception of TikTok and YouTube. That is at the Department of Football, and X is the DOF Pod. So again, thank you for everybody that has been in the stream. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We got to try to figure that out. But moving on, Grunt, you want to get into game number 3, sir?
So game number 3, we have the Commanders versus the Lions. The Lions won out with 17-13. And the biggest takeaway from this one is we were looking at the QB depth behind Jared Goff and the running back running back and wide receiver battles, along with the young defensive line for the Lions. And here's the biggest takeaway was Dobbs had a bizarre first quarter strip sack, fumble recovered by Washington for a touchdown. Then he threw an interception, and then a 50-yard rushing touchdown. Detroit still won. Somehow. Okay. That's a wild first start. Crazy. And then the other thing, again, dude's been causing drama, and obviously his head is not in the I'm going to be an NFL quarterback. I'm still worried about my number 5 jersey number. Daniels only started one series and went 0-1 with 1 sack and a 3-and-out. We're talking about secondaries. We're talking about a young defensive line. You have been to the playoffs, and you go 0-1. Jane Daniels, what are we doing? You're so worried about LSU and all this drama that you've created with your lawyers and everything else that you're not focusing on the game. You're not focusing on what you're being paid for. What are we talking about? If I was a Commanders fan, I would be livid. Granted, yes, it's just preseason. Maybe he'll change. But to not even have one catch or one pass completion, I think that speaks a lot, Rob. I think that speaks a lot to his mentality and everything that's going on.
Detroit turned the ball over early 2 times and still won the game. That's like being late to work, spilling coffee on your shirt, and then somehow still managing to get Employee of the Month. I don't. Again, it's preseason, everybody. Like, weird stuff is going to happen, but I mean, hey, you know, the drama that Jaden Daniels is creating for himself, he really needs to pull his head out of his ass and focus on football, because if he performs like that, he's going to be riding the bench real quick. And we're going to see Marcus Mariota in there again. And, well, y'all saw how that went down when, Denver played the Commanders. Nick Benito with the tip, and the game is over, and that's good times. Good times.
Still too close to the game, in my opinion. I'm still But no, standouts for this game were definitely Joshua Dobbs, Athan Kalikamakis, and Amik Robertson. For the rookies, Derek Moore had a sack and a forced fumble, and Jaden Bradley made a one-handed catch. So rookies are out here making names for themselves, showing, hey, I can be in this league and I can perform. You have, Athan Kalikamakis went 11 for 14 and 162 yards. It's not bad. That's not bad. Yes, it's a preseason game. The third-year quarterback who's been to the playoffs went 0-1 and 3-out. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Some production is better than no production.
Yes, absolutely. There was an injury in this game where the offensive lineman Michael Neese was carted off with an apparent leg injury. And so I don't know how bad it was. I don't know. Rob, do you know how bad it was?
I do not. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick.
While he's looking that up, one good stat that did just that did come out. Washington recorded 5 sacks this game. So Lions' depth for O-line, maybe not looking too hot. But Washington getting 5 sacks, huge for them. They're moving in the right direction. Washington's defense is not fixed. They are moving in the right direction, but they're not fixed yet. And again, we're talking about preseason. We're talking about second stringers. Don't immediately get excited.
It looks like Michael Neese, they're feared that he suffered an MCL sprain. So he's definitely gonna miss some time. But again, that's why you have depth. That's why you have other players that can fill in, and it's got to be the next man up mentality. That's just the NFL. That's just the way it is.
So with that, let's go and get into our next game, which is the Giants versus the Dolphins.
Okay, here we go. Giants versus the Dolphins. Giants won decisively 26-3. The Giants had joint practice momentum. Jameis Winston and the O-line depth. Jameis Winston, not Jalen. Jameis Winston, went out there and did his thing. Winston was 15 for 21 for 150 yards and 11 yards rushing with a touchdown. So again, Jameis Winston, he's been in this league. He's been on multitude of teams. He's got experience. He went out there. He slanged the ball, and to me, Jameis Winston is kind of like the kid. He's like a kid. Like, he's just there. He's glad to be there. He tries his hardest, and he just has a personality to him that a lot of people don't understand.
I love me some J-Bo. No, I like J-Bo. The reason why I like J-Bo is because he's not afraid. He is not afraid just to let the ball up there. He's not afraid just to sling it. Because that's the thing, right? He will have a game like this, 150 yards, 11-yard rushing touchdown. He'll do really well. But on the other end of it, he'll have 6 picks in one game, and you're like, what's happening? Like, you were just slanging the ball, and you were just getting all these yards, and all of a sudden now you're throwing all these interceptions. And at the end of the day, he's like, hey, you know what? It's football, baby. We love it here. We love it. And he's just a great dude. He just seems like a great dude and a fun guy to hang around. And I think that with that, I think that he's not going anywhere. He's definitely backing up Jackson Dart. And I mean, as far as their running back room, Devin Singletary with 8 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. Not bad for depth in the case of Cam Scatterboo going down. If Cam Scatterboo goes down, they obviously have some depth that they are getting to, and that's huge. Dominic Zavada hit from 43 and 32, and Ben Saul's hit from 27 and 37. What do you mean by that? What's that mean, Willis?
What? Hit from 27 yards out and 37 yards out?
Oh, okay. You're talking about okay. So again, we all know Jameis has he has the potential for mid and long range balls. We all know that. We also know that he's not afraid just to throw up a punt and hope that his wide receiver is there, and then it's an interception. That's just what you get. What do you got for Miami on this game?
So Miami, well, Miami. Kevin Coleman Jr. had a 30-yard catch. Riley Patterson hit a 53-yard field goal. Miami produced only 102 yards and about 2.8 yards per play. Taj Washington muffed a punt. So there's that. Miami is going to have some work to do. I don't think Miami is going to be the juggernaut of a team that, scored 70 points in one game, which we will not discuss or talk about. But again, the Dolphins rookie linebacker Trey Moore did unfortunately suffer a significant left leg injury. QB Quinn Ewers missed the game with a groin injury. But again, the Giants had 390 yards to Miami's 102. So it was definitely a one-sided matchup, if you will. But yeah, Miami's got some work to do.
Here's the thing. As prior to training camp, when we were talking about a lot of the moves, the offseason moves, and a lot of the work that was being done to some of these teams, Miami was probably the most rebuilt team in this offseason. Tua's gone. They got rid of a lot of veterans.
Waddle's gone. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Right. They had a significant teardown of that team. Head coach, staff replaced. They got a new GM as well. I think they did. Either way, it was a massive rebuild. So when you talk about having depth, they got rid of all of the depth. They are a very, very young team.
Yes, they got a new GM.
Yep. That whole organization is getting rebuilt from the ground up. So going against the Giants, who had some injuries last season, have some injuries still that they're still going over, but that still have some depth and some players that they have already had time to develop over the last couple seasons, I completely expect this result. I do not expect them to come out swinging and absolutely stomping. However, because they are so young, there's only one way for them to really go, and that's up. The amount of absolute experience and knowledge that they're going to get from this season, it's going to be ugly. Dolphins fans, I can tell you right now, it's going to be ugly. However, they're going to start learning and they're going to get better and they're going to keep this team and they're going to make additions where they need to, but they're not just relying on one or two veterans to try to heave them across the field goal, the goal line. They're just not. They are looking at the future and they're going to develop. That's what this game tells me. We're young. We have zero depth. Our starters are going to ball out the best they can. Don't worry about it. This probably isn't going to be your season. If it is, I don't know who they got in the back that they're hiding. I don't know what juice that they're drinking. But if they come out and absolutely ball, I will be surprised. I foresee this as this is going to be a very, very hard year for Dolphins fans.
The Miami Dolphins only got about 102 yards for the game. they moved the ball about as well as a grocery cart with one bad wheel. Like, it is what it is, and they're gonna have to kind of take their licks and improve. That's all there is to it. What else did you have to say?
Like I said, the biggest. Well, I just went on my tangent about. They're in a massive rebuild here. They have no depth. Shouldn't surprise anybody. Going to our final game is the Bears versus the Bengals. Caleb Williams. You can't be posting pictures like that.
Don't make me pull it back up.
And going 2 for 5 for 28 yards. You can't. Pull it back up. Pull it up.
No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Pull it up. Pull it up right now.
No, hold on.
All right. I'll just keep talking. It's fine. That right there. You cannot take this picture and post it confidently. Go 2 for 5 for 28 yards. What are we doing? What are we doing, dude? All right. That is, you better be putting up, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Geno numbers if you're going to post this picture. Okay? What are we doing? All right, you take it down because I don't want to keep looking at it. Caleb Williams went 2 for 5, 28 yards on one drive. Santos is 3 for 3. Hey, I expect that from Santos. I expect that. That dude, veteran kicker, knows what he's doing. It's pretty much a lock when he comes on the field. And then you had Skylar Thomas, who had an interception. But really, I think what hurt the Chicago was the penalties. 11 penalties for 81 yards is massive. That is a terrible stat. I don't know what they're doing in training camp, but they are definitely not practicing the proper separation or whatever they did. It's baffling.
Hey, maybe they're practicing getting penalties so that way they don't get any penalties in the regular season. Maybe it's a little reverse.
They're pushing the boundaries. They're pushing the boundaries. This is what you can't get away with.
They're testing the refs. That's what they're doing. They're testing the refs.
Rob, what about the other side of the game? What was Cincinnati looking like?
So Cincinnati with Joe Burrow and Joe Flacco both sitting out, the Bengals turned to 40-year-old Josh Johnson, who, in my opinion, played pretty damn good ball. He threw 2 first-half touchdowns and led a 27-9 win. So, he was 15 for 23, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Way better performance. They had Colby Young caught a 17-yard touchdown. Sean Clifford hit rookie Noah Thomas for a 20-yard touchdown, and Evan McPherson drilled a 58-yarder. Evan McPherson, also a top-tier kicker in the NFL. If you're looking for kickers on a fantasy football league, Evan McPherson is definitely a target you want to get. But again, we're going to get into fantasy football here in the coming weeks. I myself am in 3 different leagues. I believe, Grunt, you're in 2 or 3? You're in 3 as well.
I'm a commissioner for 2 of them.
And I'm in 2 of them with him. So but yeah, I mean, Cincinnati definitely. Josh Johnson went out there and did his thing and balled. And at 40 years old, hats off to you, sir. I think that is remarkable. There were a couple of injuries in this game. Bears linebacker Nephi Sewell was carted off. Bengals linebacker Joe Gills Harris was evaluated for a concussion. But again, Chicago went 2 for 14 on third downs. Like, you're not going to win a game having that kind of a performance, especially on third down. An overreaction that I saw this week was, Cincinnati's backups are better than Chicago starters. It's like, no, but the Bengals' depth was definitely encouraging. Like, for Caleb to have such a poor performance against backups, that kind of says a lot.
Which, again, looking at it, that's really what the Bengals have been lacking is, again, depth, right? They're so hit or miss. Technically this year, if you look at the past couple of years, they get to the playoffs one year, then miss the playoffs next because Joe Burrow got hurt, because the O-line sucked. Joe Burrow comes back, absolutely crushes it, misses the playoffs only because Kansas City is afraid to play them in the playoffs. So they sit all their starters, and the Broncos get in. Not afraid to say it. And then last year, O-line sucked. Burrow gets hurt. Don't make the playoffs because they don't have depth. They got to bring in Joe Flacco. It's an absolute nightmare. So this year, they're slotted to have a good offense, make the playoffs. I foresee them being a playoff team. And here's where it starts, is having that depth, having that key players are out on the offensive line, on the defensive line, what have you. We have depth now, and we're starting to see that come out. So very good on the Cincinnati for finally figuring it out. Anything final for this game?
Hey, just Josh Johnson out there, 40 years old. Way to go. That's
good
all
job,
I gotta
buddy.
say.
All righty. Now, following that game, we apologize for the intermediate suspension on YouTube real quick because I guess they didn't like us playing highlight clips. We're going to have to figure that out. But now it is time for Rob's favorite segment because I get to act like an absolute goober, and that is, Hey There, Weirdo. So I'm going to do a quick hat change, and Rob, go ahead, and we're going to get like 3 each out of all the 5 games. And we're going to do a Hey There, Weirdo, and then we'll go through our wrap-up. You down with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. All right.
I think the first one we got to do is going to be out of the Jets and the Steelers game.
All right, go ahead. Who you want?
I want to talk to the entire Steelers organization.
Hey, Steelers. Yeah, you with the terrible towel. I don't know what the heck's so terrible about it. You let the Jets absolutely stomp you out. Come here, weirdo. Come here. Yeah. What you want to say, Rob?
You know, you guys had more first downs and more possessions than the Jets and still lost the game. You scored 0 points.
What are you doing? To the Jets. Not just the Jets secondary. All right. Perk Rogers, where you at? You better take an extra Percocet and go play 1 series and at least not let it be a shutout.
It's ayahuasca.
That's absolutely diabolical. Who?
Ayahuasca. It's ayahuasca.
Huh?
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers.
No, I'm talking to Perk. I'm talking to Perk Rogers right now. Perk Rogers sat on that sideline. I just watched that happen. Start pushing. No, just start pushing. You do push-ups till I get tired. I don't care if you're 57 years old or 90 or however old you are. Unacceptable.
All right. You want to pick the next one?
For my first one, for my next one.
Hold on. Mrs. Gridiron Grunt saying, Gridiron Grunt, smoke them like they are PVTs that left their CAC unsecured.
The cat, absolutely. Come here, Jaden Daniels. Come here, weirdo. Come here. This is my first one. Come here, Jaden. Come here. Look. That's right. I got 5 fingers, all pointed at you. Want to know why? How are you going to go 0-1 with a sack and a 3rd and out, and you're the starter? Did you get hit that hard last season that you're just brain dead on the inside? Like, what are we doing here, my guy? Are you? Don't look at me. Don't look at me with those cross eyes. Oh, you go, because I said 5 you to come after me with your lawyers. Come after me. I ain't got nothing except a pension and time to kill. Air squats. Air squats right now. Air squats. Oh, your ankle hurts? I wonder why. Medic, get that man some Tylenol and some water and tell him to take a knee. I'm tired of him.
Oh, man.
Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Maybe I should just let you do these on your own.
Who you got next? Who you got next, Rob?
Oh, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. I would say the Dolphins, but I'm going to take it easy on them this week. They're the Dolphins. Hey, Weirdo. Hey, Caleb.
Who?
Get your
Which one? Caleb?
Get Caleb over here.
Come here, Caleb. Come here. Come here, Weirdo. I swear, if that's fingernail polish on your nails, I swear, you better have a water source on you right now. I'm going to tell you right now, it's about to get hot. Okay? It's about to get hot. First of all, before he even talks, if I ever see you perform that way after posting that photo, no, burpees. Burpees right now. Burpees, up, down goes, whatever you want to call them, right now. Right now until hell freezes over. That picture is seared into my brain, and I did not appreciate it. Okay? I'm a married man, and that made me uncomfortable. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead. What else you want to say to this man?
Just the fact that Caleb Williams has the audacity to post a picture like that and think that he's some sort of model when he's supposed to be a football player, and then you go out and you have a performance like that, that's unheard of. That's Jamarcus Russell level shit.
You ain't Sydney Sweeney, all right? You don't look that good in jeans, okay? Never again. Never. Never again. All right.
Your wife comes in saying, I've been married to you for too long. I'm using military abbreviations like it's basic English. You're welcome.
You know what? Let's see. Who we got? Who we got? You know what? Come here, Houston. Come here. Come here, weirdos. Oh, yes. Just the secondary defense and Max Crosby. I don't understand how you let this happen on your watch. All I hear about is Matt Crosby. Come here, weirdo. Y'all. Sorry, I don't know why I'm bringing back. No, I just brought Max Crosby over here just because I don't like him. I don't like you, dude. Go back over there, criminal. Anyways, all the Houston defense, all of y'all, mountain climbers, go. All right, you all keep doing mountain climbers until I get done talking. Raiders, you are the best defense in the league, minus the Broncos. And you lose to the Raiders? Who sold the game? Who's the traitor amongst you? One of y'all had to sell, because I tell you right now, ain't no way y'all let this happen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Nobody gonna answer? Nobody's gonna confess? That's fine. Hey, you know what? Flutter kicks. Go. I want hands on chest too. I don't want none of that behind underneath the stuff. Nope. Let the Raiders come in here and do that to y'all.
Promise me one thing. When you talk at work, please tell me you talk like this at work. Like 100%. Please tell me this day. Oh, come on.
Maybe sometimes. All right. That's two. That's four. That's four. That's four of us.
I was gonna do one positive one. I was gonna do a positive.
All right, do a positive one. Who you want to do it? Which one do you weirdos think good?
Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson, get over here.
Josh Johnson, come here. Come here, weirdo. Come here. What'd you do?
Hey, for being 40 years old, you went 15 for 23 and 156 yards and 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. That's what I'm talking about. At 40.
40 years old?
Good job.
Hey, you know what? You can sit down in the chair and you need some oxygen? Do I need to go get Doc to give you an IV? I know you got a knee brace on right now. I see you got a knee brace on. I guarantee it. Yeah, compression shorts on? All right. Drink some water. You look dehydrated. Good job, though. All right. Last but not least. You know what? Come here, J-Bo. J-Bo, where you at? Come here, Smiley. Come here, J-Bo. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. I think that you're a good kid. I like you. Okay. I like the way that you absolutely look up. You're just a great guy. I don't know what else to say. All right. But if you throw up any punts in this season, all right, you're doing sprints all up and down until I get tired. Okay? I know. I'm going to tell you to do sprints, and you're just going to smile at me. It's going to make me even more infuriated. I just know it. Like, go touch midfield. Okay. That's going to be you. I know it. I get to run. I hope you have another snow game because it's always fun to watch. I love your snow games. You just like playing in the snow. All right. With that, all y'all, hey, recover. Go about your business. Except for you, Max Crosby. I still don't like you, weirdo. All right.
Oh, man. That's too good. You're too good at that.
Yeah, I've had lots of practice. All right. So with that, we're sitting now just about time for us to call it a night here on the Gridiron Command on the Department of Football. We appreciate everybody for coming out and being a part of the show. For next week, the games that we will be looking at, and some of them, we talk about some of the teams, so we're not going to be talking about some like going real in depth on their end of the games. But we'll be going over the Packers versus the Cardinals, Giants versus the Jets, Cowboys and versus the Saints, Jags versus Tampa, and Panthers versus the Texans. So we'll be looking real in depth on the Panthers, Jags, Tampa, the Saints, and the Packers and the Cardinals. So we might end up actually not doing the Giants versus the Jets because we didn't talk about both of them tonight. So we might end up talking about somebody else. But those are the 5 games that we're probably going to be going on and going over, especially as we're entering our last week of preseason games. The season is almost upon us. I know I was talking today that college football is getting ready to start, and I told my wife, hey, I'll be unavailable on Saturdays and Sundays for the next 6 months. Don't talk to me. I'll be
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday.
Hey, Dad's busy. Do not disturb. But no, super excited. You have a lot going on. We will be having our fantasy stream on Sunday, the 6th. We will be doing a fantasy stream. Hopefully we'll have some of the other fantasy players in one of our leagues be on the show, and we're going to be sitting there just roasting each other and having a great time. We're trying to get that in the works, so hope you guys will come out and join us. It'll be a real short stream, maybe like an hour long, however long it takes us to do our draft and just absolutely talk smack. Mrs. Gridiron Grunt will be on the camera. She's really excited, so You guys are going to see her crash out. When I take Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren, you're going to see her absolutely crash out. It's going to be a great time. So, for me, final thoughts.
He's a glutton for punishment, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Final thoughts for me, final standing orders are preseason almost over. We're seeing a lot of these teams, what they've developed, what they need to work on. We have one more week of preseason to see where these teams are going to land, and then we get into the season. And we really hope that you join us for the ride. We're going to get the video situation figured out, so that way we're not getting dinged by YouTube. And we look forward to having you guys grow this community. Please like, share, subscribe. Get our name out there. Tell your friends. Tell everybody, hey, we got two guys. One dude's in the military. He's really goofy, and he just knife hands at people and does a funny voice. Please join us. Be a part of this community. Help us grow over this season. Rob, final thoughts, final standing orders.
Hey, you already kind of took the words out of my mouth. Preseason is almost done. The regular season is about to kick off. And I know I'm excited because I want to see what Sir Bo Chapman Nix is going to lead us back to the promised land. It's going to be a tough first 6 games, but I believe in Bo, and y'all should believe in Bo too. But again, thank you for everybody that came through the stream. Give us a like, share, subscribe, especially over on YouTube. We are at 64 subscribers, so appreciate each and every one of you.
65.
Again, 65. We're at 65. Hey, that was my football number. That's a good number. Again, appreciate everybody. Share it out there. Again, we're trying to grow this community. We will be back next Wednesday, September 2nd, with another episode of the Gridiron Command. And we're going to have 5 more game files to open for you guys of the preseason. Again, if you enjoyed the show, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, we are one league, every team, full coverage. We'll see you guys next week.
From the mile-high trenches to every NFL battlefield. Welcome to the Department of Football.